whisper secrets to the sand. I stand at the edge where the water meets the land. But 20 blocks inland, the static starts to crack. The beach is a dream, the hood is the fact that pulls me back, that pulls me under. The Pacific Coast static is the sound of the thunder that never comes, the storm that never breaks. The static is the tension between the two lakes of salt and the concrete, the blue and the gray. The Pacific Coast static is the price you pay for living in the middle, for standing on the line where the tide pulls out and the sirens whine in harmony, in discord, in the frequency that only the coast can generate, that only the sea can understand, can translate, can turn into sound. The Pacific Coast static is the only crown, is the only crown. Yeah, seagulls cry overhead, the salt is in my nose. I walk the boardwalk in my Sunday clothes, but Monday brings the block, the bills and the grind. The Pacific Coast static messes with my mind. It makes me see the ocean when I'm looking at the wall. It makes me hear the waves when the gunshots call out in the night, in the distance, in the dark. The static is the boundary, the static is the mark between the two worlds that I inhabit daily. The beach and the boulevard, the calm and the crazy. The static is the noise that fills the space between the two places that I can't erase from my memory, from my blood, from the code in my cells. The Pacific Coast static is the only bells that ring true, that ring clear, that ring for the coast. The Pacific Coast static is the only host, is the only host. Yeah. So I keep the Pacific in my left ear and the hood in my right, keeping both sincere. The static is my symphony, the noise is my song. I belong to both places, both gentle and strong. The static is the proof that the two can coexist, that the surfer and the soldier can share a fist bump, but not a recognition of the struggle to keep the coast from crumbling into rubble. The static is the glue, the static is the scene. The Pacific Coast static is the dream that you have when you're awake, that you have when you walk from the sand to the asphalt, from the shore to the block. The static hums inside the power lines, it hums inside the heart, it hums inside the signs that advertise the beach, that advertise the fun. The Pacific Coast static says the two are one. The tide pulls out, the sirens pull in. The static is the space between the sea and sin. The wave crashes, the asphalt burns. The Pacific Coast static is the only term that matters. The tourist and the local, the wave in the street. The static is the rhythm, the static is the beat that keeps the coast alive, that keeps the coast awake. The Pacific Coast static is the give and the take, the push and the pull, the ebb and the flow. The static is the only thing the coast truly knows about the border between the water and the land. The Pacific Coast static is the only hand that reaches across the freeway, that reaches across the line. The Pacific Coast static is the only sign that the coast is one body, that the coast is one soul. The Pacific Coast static is the only goal that matters when the fog rolls in and the world gets gray. The Pacific